Hello, hello. Hey, everybody. I'm trying to set this up. That's why I'm actually not saying anything, but I think I am getting there. We are almost there. Just trying to do a setup real quick, and we will get into it.
Here we are almost there.
All right, so there we go. Now, let me get back into the studio. I am going to read a story from NPR News, and it is about a man whose organs were almost harvested while he was still alive. So let's go ahead and get into it. I think am I sharing it? Let me make sure I'm sharing it on the screen. I'm not sure if I am actually or not. Let me get into it right here. Let me get it together. So okay, I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna share it right here with you all. And there we go, right here. So this is the story I will be sharing right here. And it says horrifying mistake to take organs from a living person was averted, witness say. Okay. Now it says Natasha Miller says she was getting ready to do her job preserving donated organs for transplantation when the nurses wheeled the donor into the operating room. She quickly realized something wasn't right. Though the donor had been declared dead, it seemed to her very much, he seemed to her very much alive. Excuse me. Let me see. These glasses ain't making it no better. Let me clean my glasses off real quick, y'all. I'm sorry. Glasses. I need some. I need some new glasses. But let's see what we can do with these. Okay. Um. All right. There we go. And so it says she quickly realized something wasn't right. Though the donor had been declared dead, he seemed very much alive. He was moving around, kind of thrashing around on the bed, Miller told NPR in an interview. And then when he went over there, you could see, when we went over there, you could see he had tears coming down. He was crying visibly. The donor's condition alarmed everyone in the operating room at Baptist Health Hospital in Richmond, Kentucky, including the two doctors who refused to participate in the organ retrieval, she says. Now let's keep on going. Let's see. All right. The procuring surgeon, he was like, I'm out of it. I don't want to have anything to do with it, Miller says. It was very chaotic. Everyone was just very upset. Miller says she overheard the case coordinator at the hospital for her employer, Kentucky Organ Donor Affiliation, CODA for short, call her supervisor for advice. So the coordinator calls the supervisor at the time, and she was saying that he was telling her that she needed to find another doctor to do it. What? Mm. That we were going to do the case. She needs to find someone else, Miller says. And she was like, there's no one else. She's crying. Mm-mm-mm. The coordinator, she's crying. The coordinator, because she's getting yelled at. Oh, she was crying because she was getting yelled at. Why they? Okay, now everybody's worst nightmare. The organ retrieval was canceled, but CODA workers say they later quit over the October 2021 incident, including another organ preservationist. Okay, I think I said that right. And I can't pronounce this first name, so we're gonna go with Martin. That's the last name, okay? I can't pronounce the first name. Forgive me. And I've dedicated my entire life to organ donation and transplant. It's very scary to me now that these things are allowed to happen and there's not more in place to protect donors, says Martin. Martin was not assigned to the operating room that day, but she says she thought she might get drafted. So she started to review case notes from earlier in the day. She became alarmed when she read that the donor showed signs of life when doctors tried to examine his heart. She says, this is awful, right? This is awful. Like, it's just like, okay, we don't care. We're going to just do this because we need these organs and we are going to take this person's organs that's alive and then actually we're going to unalive him because we want those organs. How many cases do you think have actually happened like this that we don't know about? And I'm pretty sure that this has been happening for years. I remember a movie, I can't remember the name of the movie, but it was a movie with, I think that was Ashton Kutcher and, uh, okay, so I know it was Ashton Kutcher and Terrence Howard was in the movie. I remember that, right? And and basically he was alive on the table. Like I can't remember the name of it, and it was it kind of remind me of that, but it was a little different, but it still remind me of of that because while they was trying to take his organs, he was alive on the table, and I think he had like some type of heart condition, and his wife was actually trying to set him up and stuff. And anyway, somebody know the movie I'm talking about. If you know the movie I'm talking about, put it in the comments right there and let me know because I can't remember. Let's go ahead and get back into this though. The donor had woken up during his procedure that morning for a cardiac catheterization, and he was thrashing around on the table. Mark says cardiac catheterization is performed on potential organ donors to evaluate whether the heart is healthy enough to go to in need, a person in need of a new heart. Martin says doctors sedated the patient when he woke up and planned. Okay, Martin says doctors sedated the patient when he woke up and plans to recover his organs proceeded. What? So so they were gonna still harvest his organs after they saw that he woke up because they didn't care, right? They just didn't care. This is awful and it's ridiculous. And I really think that they should be looked into, which I think they were looked into. That's why we're here. And can charges be brought up? Like, what can they do about this? If anybody knows, let's get back into this. Okay, that's everybody's worst nightmare, right? It really is. Being alive during surgery and knowing that someone is going to cut you open and take your body parts out, Martin says. That's horrifying. And it really is. It is a horrifying thought to even think about somebody operating on you while you alive and you can't do anything about it and they taking your organs and you know that they up there unaliving you to get your organs. How many people how many people have this really been done to? How many? How many? And how many times has this happened? Let's get in read this here. The patient, Donna Roher, I'm not sure if I said that right, of Richmond, Kentucky, told NPR that her 36-year-old brother, Anthony Thomas, TJ Hoover, The third was the second, was the patient involved in the case. He was rushed to the hospital because of a drug, excuse me, people, but YouTube be acting crazy when you say that word. Overdose, she says. Roher was at the hospital that day, she says. She became concerned. Something wasn't right when TJ appeared to open his eyes and look around as he was being wheeled from intensive care to the operating room. It was like it was his way of letting us know, you know, hey, I'm still here, Roher told NPR in an interview. But Roher says she and other family members were told they that they saw what they saw. Okay, what they saw was just a common reflex. Oh my goodness. And I bet you this is something that they be telling family members all the damn time. Oh, that's just a reflex. And it's really not what's going on. Maybe sometimes is what's going on, but not all of the time. Or maybe none of the times. Who knows? Who knows how far these lies are going? Who knows? I don't know. Now let's finish up here. Okay, there we go. TJ now lives with Roher and she serves as his legal guardian. The general outline of the incident was disclosed in September by a letter um, Martin wrote to the House Energy and Commerce Committee, which held a hearing investigating organ procurement organizations. She later provided additional details about the case to NPR. Uh huh. Okay, there we go. Now, several of us that were employees needed to go to therapy. It took a toll on a lot of people, especially me, Martin told NPR. Investigation underway. The Kentucky State Attorney General's office wrote in a statement to NPR that investigations are reviewing the allegations. Yes, they need to be reviewed because this is a mess. This is a real mess, right? Now we're gonna go right here. I think it might be just about done. The Federal Health Resources and Service Administration, which helps oversee organ procurement, said in a statement to NPR that the agency is investigating these allegations, and some people involved in the case told NPR they have answered questions from the Office of the Inspector General of the Federal Department of Health Human Services, though no federal official from that office has commented on the case. Baptist Health Richmond, the Kentucky hospital where that incident allegedly occurred, told NPR in a statement. I think these people are ridiculous. The safety of our patients is always our highest priority. We work closely with our patients and their families to ensure our patients' wishes for organ donations are followed, but y'all did not follow procedure. You were getting ready to try to cut open a man that was still alive for their organs. So how are you following um protocol? That is not protocol. That is not protocol at all. No. No, it's not, because the person, they are organ donator. So something has happened, and okay, they can't speak for themselves right now. So when you saw that this person was not was actually alive, you were not to continue with that. That's not how that was supposed to go. You were not to continue with that, but you all chose to continue with that because you wanted to get the job done. Go ahead and get organs for whomever it was that needed those organs that you were trying to get. You knew that this man was alive when you decided to try to go ahead and go through with it. And if those people that were working there, those doctors, if they didn't have any morals, they would have went through with this, and nobody would have ever known or would have been the wiser about y'all BS. That's what I think, and that's how I feel. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up after this, okay? And so it said, not been accurately represented. CODA, the organ procurement organization, confirmed that Miller was assigned to the operating room for the case, but the organization told NPR in the statement that this case has not been accurately represented. No one at CODA has ever pressured to collect organs from any living patient, according to the statement from Julie Bergen, President and Chief Operating Officer for Network for Hope, which was formed from CODA, merged with Life Center Organ Donor Network. CODA does not recover organs from living patients. CODA has never pressured its team member to do so. So why are these doctors saying that y'all told them to do this if this is not what was told to them? Who was the people that said for them to do this, right? And you said that they were never pressured to do this. I'm not reading any more of this. I'm just not like, you know what? Yes, I'm gonna finish getting y'all side. Okay, I'm gonna finish getting y'all side, but okay. Organ procurement system officials, transplant surgeons, and others said that there are strict protocols in place to prevent unsafe organ retrieval from happening. Incidents like this are alarming, and we want them to be properly reported and evaluated. Dory Dills, president of the Association of Organ Procurement Organization, told NPR in an interview. And obviously, we want to ensure our individuals are, in fact, not alive when organ donation is proceeding, and we want the public to trust that that is indeed happening. The process is sacred. Okay, so so you said you want to make sure that they aren't alive. So if they are alive, are you making sure that they aren't alive after a while so you can just go ahead and do it? What is happening? People need answers because this is really unacceptable. It really is. Now it says the accusations that emerged at the congressional hearing in September undermine trust in the organ donation system and have led to drop in people signing up to be donors, according to an open letter released October 3rd by the organization. Yes, of course, people aren't going to sign up for this because what? If something happened, then you just not gonna try to make sure I'm okay, or somebody or whoever it is, you gonna make sure that they not okay, and you gonna do what you have to try to keep those organs. And because this has been something that's actually been talked about before I even seen this, because I remember telling someone I was an organ donor, and they was like, you know, if something happened to you, they're gonna just not save you and do whatever. And after reading this, I think they might have been on to something. You feel me? I think they might have been on to something. And I do believe, I'm for sure after they said that to me, that I changed my mind. Okay, so that's no longer uh, something on my driver license. And plus, I've gotten older anyway, so um, this old body, these organs probably wouldn't be much help to anybody anyway, or maybe they would. I don't know, but it would be if you all were doing the right thing, right, and making sure that you're doing your procedures correct, and people are actually not alive when you are retrieving these organs and you are doing things right, then you would get more people, but people aren't going to trust you. People aren't going to trust this. They already didn't trust the process, some people. Now this has come out. Of course, people are definitely aren't going to trust that this is something that they would want to do, something that you are going to do the right thing, and that you're just not going to take their organs because they're organ donors and not care that they're still alive, or just don't try to save them because they're organ donors. Okay? So it's a way to do things, right? And so, what you have to do, a lot of times, people don't do this. What people need to do is put yourself in somebody else's shoes. I don't care that you all are doctors and all that. Put yourself in somebody else's shoes, because that could be your child, that could be your mother, that could be your father, that could be yourself. Okay, that somebody has decided that they're going to do this to you just because they can, and just because they want to harvest your organs, and you are an organ donor. Put yourself in other shoes and think about what you're doing, and see, would you want them to do it to you? And you know the answer is no, all around the board. All around the board, the answer is definitely no. This is not something that you would want done to yourself or your family members or your loved ones. So why are you doing it to other people? I don't care what you say. I don't care how you say it. This is wrong, 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 all across the board. It's just wrong. And I'm glad that it's being investigated, and I hope something is definitely done about this BS. Okay, so that's it for me. I just came on here to talk to you all about this, and maybe I'll come back a bit later and talk to you about some other things. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. I want you all to have a good day.